So, okay. So in my okay, so in my four blind round this past weekend, I got two successes. The first one on the second solve being 1 minute 6 second .08 European record single. And on the last solve, I got another success, which was 1 minute 7 seconds .81. And in this video, I want to reconstruct both of them. So there we go. And this is the first scramble. Okay, so, and this is actually the orientation I received it in. So the first thing I saw, of course, was this yellow bar and this orange bar. So I tried to solve both of them in orientation, like that. And then by rotating in that way, I saw that I could solve this big red block and this blue bar by doing another Y prime. And this is the orientation I chose in the end. So I have a yellow bar here, three reds here, and a blue bar in the back. So then I started tracing corners, and I use UFR buffer for this. So I'm just gonna say the letters instead of F's. So this is FB, and then this is the buffer. So I need to cycle break, and I first looked at this corner to cycle break. And like this going here, this is like a nice color pattern. So I chose to cycle break here. And it's also a very good commutator. So here to here as my second commutator. And then this goes back here. So I need to cycle break again. But everything that there's left on corners is just this twist, because these two corners are both solved. And so the last letter pair would be LTCT, and it's a parity here and a twist here. And so because we have corner parity, because I had corner parity, we need to trace wings in a way that solves all the red-white wings to UF and all the green-white pieces to UR, so like to swap them in my moment execution. So let's start tracing. This is here H to I, because this is like red, but we need to swap it. I. So then E V B T D O P U R A X G Q S J F M. And then this is the buffer. I hit the buffer after 19 targets, so I know I wasn't done yet. And the first unsolved piece I saw was this. But like on this part of the solve, I kind of messed up, because I felt like this wasn't a good piece to break to, because ML is a pretty bad commutator. So I then looked at where this piece goes, because then that also has to be unsolved, of course, which is here. And so I see that these two pieces are the only other two pieces in a new cycle. And I took way too long to make up my mind and decide to break here. So then the next commutator would be MN, LW, and N parity. But even though I spent so long remembering that cycle, in the end, most of what I actually remembered wasn't letter pairs and mostly just vibes, like where the pieces needed to go. But anyways, now the last piece type I need to trace is centers. And for centers, I now use full U layer floating in the order of UFR, UFL, UBR, UBL. So since UFR is solved, I will start with UFL. And so in center floating, what you want to do is always finish your cycles so that you can go to the next buffer. And what that means is you want to trace in a way that you hit the white stickers, or like your top sticker, top center pieces, on the second target of a pair. So if I start tracing, this is green, so it goes to the front. This is like I, E, and this is white, so it's actually a finished cycle, a closed cycle. So next buffer I trace from here, Fj, and this is also a solved cycle, a finished cycle. And that's actually really good because well, both of these comms are very nice comms, but also is both of these buffers only have a single, only have one commutator, which is really easy to remember. So then every other commutator is from UBL, sorry. So from UBL. And so I trace UP, SK, GV, TL, hit another white, and we are done with memoing. And this scramble was 21 algs in total, so it's pretty lucky. I think that I believe the average for the average alg count for if you use center floating is like 23 algs. But yeah. So now starting to execute, first here and to I to E, U prime into this pure commutator. Then next this UBR buffer Fj. So then UP, D move to this pure com. SK, I do F prime to pure, GV, D prime slice to pure, and then TL, it's F to pure. So in total, centers was only 6 algorithms, which is very nice because centers take the longest to execute out of any piece type. So it's good to have a few commas there. Okay, so next is corners. So FB, then GE, and then we're actually done with corners right now because I can't, we shouldn't execute this this LCD yet because it would swap these wings. So we're gonna save that for the end. Then executing wings, HI, L white prime to this 9 mover, EV, BT, DO, PU, RA, XG, so then QS, JF, and then now this is where I need a cycle break, so I chose to do ML. I chose to do something different than what I memoed, so I do ML now. And now I had a small pause because obviously I execute something that's different than what I memoed, so I'm unsure on what to do now, but I do the correct thing of WN. And now all I'm left is L parity. And I actually messed up there too, because I almost forgot to do to do L2 at the end, and I fixed it after like another half a second. Okay, but now there's just this LTT, but in the moment I was too scared to do the LTT, even though I should definitely know this, and it was just a stupid mistake. But anyways, I chose to do GH and then X parity to finish the solve. Okay, so I got. Okay, so now onto the 107. Prior to the solve, I already have a DNF on the first solve and ER single on the second solve. So I decided to just rush as fast as possible. And if I forget memo or just DNF by some other cause, then it doesn't matter too much. And yeah, I got this, the cube in this orientation. And first I saw was this orange bar and this green bar, so I rotated to solve them. And I actually stuck in that orientation and started tracing. So with corner first, it's E, X, K, I, O, L. And then that is the buffer. And there's only this piece left, which is twisted. So now we don't have parity, so we can just trace wings normally. So G, E, B, F, R, T, U, which is the buffer. So I decided to break the Q. So U, Q, M, J, H, A, P, N, Q again, which is where we broke to. So now we need to find a new unsolved piece and break to there. And I decided that V was gonna be that piece for me. So QV, then next is XV. So now our cycle is closed again, and we need to cycle break again. I decided to break to O. So this is like OI, W, WS, LD, and KO. And now this is now we already have 26 targets, so we are definitely done. And there's just centers left. So again, UFR buffer is solved, so I'm gonna start tracing from UFL. And on this scramble, you can more clearly see how center floating works and like tracing differently to make sure to close cycles. So yeah, I'll start tracing MI, then next one in clockwise order would be N, but I skipped this because it's a white one and I could use it to close the cycle later. So MI and then O, go to the back. And on the back there's actually a white one. So if my next comm was OR, then this actually solves the buffer, and I can do only one commutator to solve 3 pieces instead of 2, which is very nice. So after that, I'm gonna continued with UBR buffer. So this is also red, and we use these two. We don't want to start here on the on N. So PU. Again, here we're gonna avoid the white one. So FQWLTX, and now we're going to the red side again. We've already traced to all these 3 pieces, so we need to trace here. And now the next commutator is NA and E parity. So I'm gonna do a commutator from E to one of the top faces that's not the buffer. So yeah, let's start executing. First MI from UFL buffer, and then OR. Then that buffer is solved, so we use the next buffer. It's PU, FQ, WL, TX, okay, then NA, and E parity, and I decided to do like EC as my last commutator. So yeah, then starting to execute corners. So EX, KI, OL, and just this twist. Okay, then lastly wings, GE, BF, just a pure com, RT, UQ, MJ, which for that I do M prime U prime, HA, PN, and then Q, cycle break again, cycle broke to V, XV, okay, cycle breaking again, so OI, WS, LD, and last commutator was KO. So when I finished that solve, I was quite shocked because this almost was another ER single, just 1.5 seconds off. But the difference is that this scramble had was 25 algs and not 21 or 22 as I executed like the previous scramble. So it's a much worse scramble, but I almost got the same time. And actually the splits on this one were quite different, and probably a lot more normal, because I got well, I rushed a lot, so I had 25 seconds memorization, and then 42-second execution, which 42 seconds I think is average, or like pretty good for the scramble. But then the ER single had a 27 second memo and 39 execution. And yeah, but I already showed why both of these splits on the ER weren't the best. But yeah, if you have any more questions, you can leave a comment. I will try to answer, no matter if it's like some techniques that you didn't understand or some comms that I should write out. Thank you for watching.